lot of people coming out here, young kids, 20, 21, just now getting out, being able to go, you know, have an event like this to go to, and, you know, you ruin it.
How can one person do this? How can one person just easily come in and just literally massacre women, children, men so easily without any remorse to anybody else?
Please, just love each other.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on KHOU.com and all our social media. In just 2 days, 2 separate mass shootings in 2 cities have left 29 innocent people dead. Early this morning in Dayton, Ohio, a gunman opened fire on a popular nightlife district. 9 people were killed, 27 others hurt. Police killed the gunman. We've got more coverage from Dayton in just a moment. But in El Paso today, prosecutors said they will seek the death penalty for domestic terrorism in yesterday's attack at a Walmart that left 20 people dead and more than 24 others hurt. We have live team coverage beginning with reporter Brett Buffington live in El Paso. Brett.
Run across the street behind me, the Walmart parking lot where this happened. It will make your stomach drop looking just at the cars left behind here. As people went running from this massacre yesterday, they had to leave their cars behind. Police today sent out a message asking people not to come back to this scene to get their cars because they are part of the evidence. The police chief here today described this scene as smelly, if you will. He said he didn't know that blood had a smell, but inside this Walmart, it stinks like blood. Today we did learn more about the investigation into the 21-year-old Allen, Texas resident who's accused of carrying out this deadly massacre. He is being held on a capital murder charge at the El Paso County Jail. He also could face federal weapons and hate crime charges. That was announced by the FBI today. They are working with a task force on that part of the investigation here in the state of Texas. He will likely face the death penalty. As for the victims in this case, the 26 people still recovering from this shooting, we know from at least one hospital, 11 of the victims being treated there. There are 3 in critical condition, the rest in stable. Thankfully, one of those people was expected to be released this afternoon. This is a days, if not months-long investigation that will be carried out here, Ron. This community, it is healing. And one staggering statistic that stands out here in El Paso, this quiet, safe border town, on average here, the yearly average for homicides is 18. Yesterday, the caseload was 20 alone. We're live in El Paso this afternoon. I'm Brett Buffington. Now, Ron, back to you.
What a horrible scene there. Thank you so much, Brett Buffington. And as we said earlier, as people mourn the loss of loved ones in El Paso overnight, another act of violence erupted in Dayton, Ohio. A man carrying at least 100 rounds of ammunition opened fire on the streets of a popular entertainment district. In less than 30 seconds, police say the shooter killed 9 adults, including his sister. 27 others were hurt, some by gunfire and others injured in the panic of just getting away. Police say they shot and killed the gunman in about a minute. He was 24 years old.
We started trying to come back this way, but then people started getting shot that way. Then one of the officers came and he was standing over there, stood over the top of us and was shooting that dude. Then he dropped his clip and put another one in and started shooting at him some more. And then we just got up and ran away.
Police don't know why the man went on that rampage, but they do say the rifle he used was ordered online from here in Texas and then transferred to him through a local firearms dealer. We want you to know we will not be naming the gunman in Ohio and the suspected gunman in El Paso unless it is crucial to the story. While they are an important part of the story, we will not be naming them in our coverage about the victims and the communities impacted by these horrible tragedies. Let's get to more breaking news. President Trump has just spoken to reporters for the first time since the shooting in Ohio. 2 tragedies in 2 days. Let's listen in.
I want to extend our condolences to the people of El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio. They're incredible people, and they've been through a lot. I just want to also thank the law enforcement in both places. The job they've done is incredible. I also want to congratulate them. I mean, nobody could have done what they've done. Hate has no place in our country, and we're going to take care of it. but this is also a mental illness problem. If you look at both of these cases, this is mental illness. These are really people that are very, very seriously mentally ill. So a lot of things are happening. A lot of things are happening right now. And I will see you
The president speaking moments ago in New Jersey. He says he'll be making another statement about the shootings and his administration's plan of action tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, and you can count on us at KHOU 11 News to bring that to you on the air and online. New this afternoon, the Houston community is showing its solidarity with 2 prayer vigils. One of them started less than an hour ago in downtown Houston. Police Chief Art Acevedo and Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee joined religious and community leaders calling for action. There is another vigil happening at 6 o'clock tonight at St. Mark's United Methodist Church in the Woodland Heights neighborhood, just north of downtown. March for Our Lives is organizing that event. That is a group of students who came together after the school shooting in Parkland, Florida. Tonight, we're taking a closer look at what makes a mass shooter. Our mental health expert says there are traits that most mass shooters share. Matt Doherty is live in our newsroom with that story. Matt.
Two mass shootings in less than 24 hours.
This is a heartbreaking tragedy.
As new details start to emerge, it appears both suspects share characteristics that are most common among mass shooters.
So the largest group is 21 to 30 years old, overwhelmingly white, overwhelmingly male.
KHOU 11 mental health expert Bill Prasad says the data is clear. He shared with us statistics from active shootings in the U.S. between 2000 and 2015. The bulk of active shooters are between 21 and 50 years old. More than 90% of them are men, and 59% are Caucasian. I asked Prasad what he thinks may be behind this.
In your early teens and early 20s, you've got to establish skills that make you feel like you belong to something. If that is missing, you look for something else. And in many situations, we used to look for a connection to our church, our school, and athletic team. But now in some cases, people are connecting themselves to hate and violence and shootings.
Prasad says mental illness isn't a factor in these cases. He says society needs to do a better job of turning boys into men. He says young men feeling alone or rejected find themselves desperate to be a part of something. They turn to the internet and sometimes find the worst.
For men in our society, that they're looking to connect with something. And sometimes that thing is dangerous and violent.
FBI is investigating a hate-filled manifesto allegedly posted online by the suspect. It targets immigrants, and Ohio detectives have not released a possible motive for that attack. And Prasad says the making of a mass shooter is never overnight and often involves lots of planning. He says it's similar to when a person joins a terrorist group. Back to you, Ron.
All right, thank you so much, Matt Doherty. Tomorrow, we are dedicating our entire Great Day Houston program to the mass shootings. Our panel of experts will cover topics including mental illness, hate crimes, active shooters, and most importantly, we will be taking your questions. That is tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock only on KHOU 11. And we invite you to turn on KHOU 11 right now to watch a special edition of the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell, bringing the latest information and stories from El Paso and Dayton, Ohio, and we will be back at 10 o'clock.